prioritizing this Gragas for Ellie.
Yep, and they will, or Invate will respond with the Fiora pick. Let's see who they get for the second one, because the Gragas for Ellie was pretty key in Team Flash's initial win, because he was just kind of a tag that did so much disruption for Team Flash. It was just a little bit difficult. Oh, a Senna coming through though.
Zoe is still available if ever Team Flash actually wants. Okay, now it does make more sense. They will secure the ribbon for Shy as well. Again, Taddy will have an opportunity to throw in those paddle stars onto the members of Invade Esports, but they have to be very cautious because the sustain and durability of Invade Esports is going to be much more massive. Having to pick up the Senna, having to get this Galio as well. Azrael on the Fiora will have another chance to prove himself in the Baron lane, but it would be a little bit challenging as he is going against Shy with the Ribbon. So even with just the Ignite, Ribbon can actually win against this Fiora. He has to be very extremely careful if he wants to win or help out this team win this game number 2 and push this to a game number 3. Also, some damage is still lacking here on the side of Invade Esports, particularly for their early game. I think if they want to maybe add in a little bit of a safety here for the side, maybe pick up a Vi for Invade Esports, also deny it from Team Flash, because maybe they will pick it up if given the chance to, given that they have the Ribbon and the Zoe as well, to maybe looking for pickups.
Yeah, and we will be seeing the Galio coming out as well. Really good picks here for Invade. The Senna, I think, is going to enable them quite a lot, but the Gwen ban, the Ione ban, a little bit of respect coming in here onto Kuzi, because his Ione was pretty good in the last match. The Zed and Akali bans, though, they know that BluffX likes to play those assassins, and they're going to deny that from him, because while he didn't do all too much in the last game, he's still a very talented
flashy
assassin player. Exactly. But so far, Team Flash, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They still have the same picks basically that they had in the last match.
Interestingly, they will hover this Cork. If they do secure it, well, it will allow them to have a bit more magic damage. Give it passive here of the Scorky. Late game scaling as well is going to be much more prominent on the side of Invade Esports. But the same problem remains. Early game aggression of Team Flash is still going to be a big problem, and they need to find a way to keep themselves safely farming for at least for the first 15 minutes. Maybe first 12 minutes would suffice. But given this lineup right now being a little more buffed up with aggression, having to secure the Kazakhs, and now we are even seeing a possible Lucian in the mid lane, Team Flash is just going all in this game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Team Flash, they want the damage. They want to finish it quickly, and that's what they're signaling with their picks. Invade Esports, they do have that Corky, so they want the scaling. But this is not the game plan that Team Flash wants. They say, you know what? We don't want to compete with scaling. We're going to be going for just early game aggression, pretty much. And that's what they're... even with the Lee Sin, that's not going to be enough, I don't think, for Invade to counter all of this aggression from Team Flash if they're not able to head off the Kazakhs early.
Absolutely. I mean, it can be quite challenging, but it's still a nice matchup against the Kazakhs. I think Merly will have a bit of an impact here in this early game. Big responsibility, of course, to protect side lanes and also provide that safety net for Raven and Rich as they do try to scale up in the early game. He will be going alongside with Raven, and most of the time, trying to get some vision across the board, across the map, and also trying to see where Team Flash is gonna path, because they're gonna be looking for plays, they're gonna be looking for fights surely in this entirety of the game, since they do have a bit of an expiry in their scaling. Because let's be honest, this draft of Invade Esports is gonna be very scary in the late game, and Team Flash will definitely have a hard time when the 15-minute mark or 20-minute mark actually becomes online, and they need to dominate early game. If they don't, It's gonna be disastrous.
And that's why they have the Kazakhs. I mean, if they're not gonna dominate early game, why would you pick that champion? I think it's going to be up to the Lee Sin here to try to deny that Kazakhs quite a bit. So let's see. Bluffix already taking quite a lot of damage there from Kuzi. It's going to be 280s in the mid lane here. And yeah, right off the bat, we can see that Kuzi, he's not afraid to be, you know, scrapping early on versus this Corki.
Nothing to be afraid of in the early game for the meantime. Actually, Tari took a bit of damage there from the post coming from Rich and Raven. They're setting with Death Brush as Ellie. Well, he is quite tanky, but that's still a bit irritating to see, and quite proactive actually on the side of Invade Esports. The only thing they need to take care of is the Corki, for sure, and also maybe Azrael as well. But so far, he is doing a really good job, you know, poking out Shy, putting him into 60% HP, even able to dodge some of the damage that Shy is throwing at him. And this guy has been very stable, even in the game number 1, despite, you know, struggling a bit, was actually able to hold his spot for quite a while.
Yeah, and now Raven has spotted out Ellie. They know that that Merly is in the mix. He's in range there. He's in the he's near the mid lane, so they don't really want to do anything too aggressive. Both of these teams, unfortunately, that is kind of against Team Flash's win condition. They need to be aggressive early game, otherwise they're going to have a bad time coming into the scaling part of the game.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that is a pretty good catch almost, but Ellie is just there, keeping Shy safe. And ooh, Shy though, he is risking it for the biscuit right now.
Yeah, Raven is getting a lot of stacks. I'm really looking into this center, and just you know, overall Raven helping out the team and being extra aggressive. Actually, this is a good sign coming from Invade Esports, and also like quite alarming on the side of Team Flash. Yeah, they are trying to reach level 5 first, and we're still just halfway through the first objective timers. But having to see Azrael being very comfortable in the top lane, and also Bluffix not having any threat at all coming from ganks from TanX and Ellie is quite surprising and might be detrimental on the side of Team Flash. Maybe some plays might be important here. Merly though will connect.
Ooh, that is a good sleepy troll bubble, but no conversion unfortunately.
Yeah. Quite proactive play there on the side of Merly. If he wasn't able to escape, that could have been a big play coming in from Invade Esports. Though in terms of damage, you know, Galio and the Lee Sin, I think it won't be enough in like a short amount of time. Ellie and Shy just working in tandem here to resist the forces of Raven and Azrael. But since it is a Senna, folks are going to be eminent, throwing those last embrace.
And look at that damage already. Shy is not having the best of times against Azrael at the moment because of the assistance that his teammate is doing. And just the poking is a little bit too much for them to handle right now, as you said.
This is going to help Raven scale up much better. Getting the stacks, getting a bit of gold as he gets those stacks as well. Not increase his range. Oh, the flash!
Ooh, that is a big flash. And now, speaking of, that is going to be a very dead Raven. Let's see how... that was a pretty big play for First Blood, Team Flash. They definitely didn't want that to happen. That was not in the cards for them because the early game, they don't want it to belong to Invade right now.
Tari got a little bit too comfortable there in farming in the bottom lane. He thought he would be able to dodge Rich's Justice Punch if ever, but what he did not anticipate is the flash coming through as well. And Murdy just following up with the damage, especially that it is a Lee Sin. Now they did secure that First Blood. Now they have a bit of a gold lead, especially with the kill in the bottom lane. And they're having this really proactive early game. This is something that we were quite nervous about them when we were in the picks and bans, but given their playstyle right now, it's actually much more alarming on the side of Team Flash. Raven has been just being consistent here. Merly as well. Rich just getting any information that he can and also even setting up for the team. Now with the objective spawning up, this can be quite troubling for Team Flash. It is a Mountain Dragon, and TanX can deal a lot of damage, but they're spotted now.
And already, you can see they are contesting. And will it be Azrael who falls first? No, it's not actually. Oh my god, what a huge steal. And they got the kill off of that as well. Kha'Zix goes down. Yeah, Invade, they have everything they wanted from that dragon fight and more. The Rift Herald also went down to their side. So Team Flash, they lost absolutely everything. And now Shy is being bullied behind the tower. And that's the first tower as well. Team Flash has just lost literally all of their early game control here to Invade.
What just happened there? I mean, it should have been a kill there. It should have been the objective for TanX, but yeah, let's just check this replay on how it actually transpired. Props on to Azrael and Raven definitely, and getting that pressure done, and immediately Rich followed up with a hero's entrance as well. Azrael survived going with that 2 versus 1. Unfortunately, TanX does not possess the isolated damage, given that the dragon was there, and also reinforcements came in from the rest of Invade Esports. Now, a massive lead is growing. 4,000 at 6.5 minutes, and Team Flash is just so confused at the moment. Kuzi, okay, still able to dash away at the very least, but yeah, Invade Esports is starting to pose more problems here. Plus, they have the scaling, man. They have the scaling. Team Flash, again, we talked about this. This is an early game composition. Late game, they would struggle. And we're already seeing them struggle. Merly, Bluffek, and Rich are richer than every single member here on the side of Team Flash. They will contest. Dawning Shadow.
Ooh, that connects. And that is going to be a dead Fiora. Very good catch there over by Team Flash. Unfortunately, they are going to get re-engaged on Invade. They don't have enough manpower to actually contest here. So they're just going to let that kill go and get out of there.
Yep. Good punishment, actually, on the side of Azrael. That was a little bit ambitious of him, checking out the top side corner a while ago. And now we go into a bit of a reset, as Team Flash managed to catch up a bit here in terms of gold, though. Invade Esports still has that infinite scaling, especially with the Senna. Even Shy is now being zoned away a little bit here on side against Raven, but Merly having some thoughts going in. That's the flash by Raven. That's the embrace.
Shy has been caught. He's been caught, and he will be stunned up, and nothing can be done there. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he got caught, and that's the end of that.
That's too deep. He was too deep. Let's be honest.
A little bit too
you don't
deep,
have that tier 1 tower already in the top lane. You shouldn't be there trying to clear the wave. At most, you would prefer to just wait for the wave to go towards your tier 2 tower and just clear it and try to freeze it in that place. But given its overextension, it was just a very rational decision here by Invade Esports. And now they have come back a little bit in that gold, managed to give a kill towards Raven, which now possesses almost a Black Cleaver as well as the Manamune. Bluffek.
Yeah, and ooh, Taddy.
Yep.
Thought he was gonna get caught there. Apparently not.
Almost. Actually, Rich has 2 kills in this game, so not really the best gold funneling, but he did secure the Rod of Ages already. So I guess he is gonna be looking to deal a bit of AP damage for this early game as well, while waiting for the scaling of Bluffek's Corki, which is already possessing the Manamune and also the Trinity Force. So in a sense, he is starting to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, in a very real sense too, he is going to be a big factor for Invade here if they want to get back in the, if they want to like keep dominating this game, not get back. It is okay. Oh. Team Flash, they're gonna get a good Sonic Wave. He does get Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but Daddy does not have nearly enough. Oh my god, what a flashy Justice Punch there. Amazing catch there. The Senna does go down, however, but that is still incredible for Invade Esports. They did trade 1-for-1, but they have all of the map control now.
Yup, starting up this Herald as well. TanX will try to contest. That's a Justice Punch. They're actually gonna turn. Waiting now for the re-engage. 4 versus 3 so far, but here comes Corky.
And Corky is going to be coming in with the package, and Ellie is almost dead. They did manage to, Team Flash did manage to steal out the Rift Herald, but just that Corky coming in denied the fight from actually progressing even more. So they're just gonna come out of that in neutral now.
Yep, good try here coming in from Team Flash. Actually, here's the replay on what happened earlier. Raven.
Ooh, that is
getting caught.
pretty good
Everything
explosive
just
cast.
invested to kill the Raven and to try and shut him down.
Off the Raven, nevermore. Okay, now it's the mid lane, and Bluffix just took a huge chunk of damage. He's got a sleepy trouble bubble. He had to get out of there really fast, and that is a significant drain on Invate's power if they want to get into this fight next.
Rift Herald, I don't think it's going to be able to hit the tower. Oh, actually, never mind. A little bit down there. And Invate Esports will have only 319 HP on their tier 1 tower in the mid lane. They're being zoned away, being poked right in here, especially by Taddy, but still able to resist the forces. Dawning Shadow just gonna be used there to poke a bit there onto the back line.
Taddy, he's caught somebody. Oh, but that was a great riposte to deny the sleepy trouble bubble from actually activating sleep.
The cast?
Okay, the cast coming in, and it does hit. Okay, Shy now he's gonna be going on to Asriel. He still lives, however, and nobody has actually died yet. But Ellie is incredibly low. He goes into stasis, and now Team Flash, they are on the back foot. They have lost 1 member. They are going to lose 2 members. Shy goes down as well. And now Invade, they are still low, but they have to contend with this Zoe. Unfortunately, Zoe is a little bit too annoying at range to to continue that fight. So they're just going to take their wins there and get out.
That was such a well-orchestrated fight, actually, coming in from Invade Esports. While it was a 3 versus 5, BluffX and Merly were actually taking the Infernal Drake. Then they found out the kick happened here from Merly. Ellie stalled it out. And then Invade Esports decided, okay, let's go back in. Let's try to contest. We have the sustain, we have the AoE damage, and also the crowd control. They got 2 kills and just basically took everything from Team Flash. Yep. Fortunately, Taddy was landing a lot of Battle Stars. It's just that it's simply not enough to actually land into a kill against Invade Esports. Especially onto Azrael, because he has that parry to, you know, just negate some of the crowd control and just slide away. Now posting here in the bottom lane, Merly is going to be assisting him. So this is going to be a scary one for Cruzy. They did not spot out.
Cruzy, he did went a little bit too far. He gets Dragon Rage kicked, but Ellie is there! Ellie is there to keep him alive, and now they're chasing after the Lucian. The Grand Challenge just wears off, but where does Cruzy go from here? Because Ellie has just abandoned him after saving his life, and now he goes for the calling, but Asriel, it's just a matter of time. He's running towards the enemy base. Rich goes for the Flash Ignite, just because Kuzi, if he goes for the Execute, it's going to be going to the Galio. But in the mid lane, because they were chasing that Lucian, now Invate, they are just gonna go over to the mid lane turret. They're going to take it down, and what he was doing, trying to run back over there, I don't know. Maybe it would have been better if he tried to go to the mid lane. But that was almost a really good save from Ellie.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ellie's really trying in this game to help out the team, especially in those messy situations. Especially that the lineup here of Invade Esports just continues to scale. Merly has been very, very consistent in the aggressive nature that he has, making the plays here for the team, and also being able to go in and out. That is actually fascinating to see on him on this Lee Sin. Fighting a lot of safety
though, he is in a lot of danger. Ellie is right there.
Safe.
He's gonna get the stun off. He's not gonna get the repost to do all too much. He just delays his death by a little bit. But that is a great catch from Team Flash.
Yep, really good catch, really good punish there on the overextension of Azrael. Azrael is simply not that strong enough to be that unstoppable force in the top lane, though he is still 1.5k gold ahead against Shy, almost able to pick up that Blade of the Ruin King as well. As now, Invade Esports posing here on the bottom, they are able to get the Scuttle.
Really went for something. Oh my god, look at that damage! Bluffx has to go. He's been sleepy trouble bubbled as well. And now TF can re-engage. This is looking really good for Team Flash now. that Zoe, Taddy he just decimated that health bar without even the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. That was just the Paddle Star and the auto attack, I believe. Oh god, Rave now takes a lot of damage, but Taddy's in danger. He's been ignited. He has to get out of there, and he barely makes it out. No, the ignite just takes him down. Jensen, now Ellie's gonna pay for it with his life as well. He's gonna go golden, but not enough to save his life. A little bit, feeling himself a little bit too much there, Taddy, after getting all of that damage onto the Corki. So, you know, you can't be doing the paddle star teleport like that in front of like 3 people because you will get decimated.
Yeah, and Invate Esports is basically dictating everything right now in this game, scaling massively towards this 15-minute mark. This is what we talk about. I mean, 15-minute mark, they're going to be much more scary, as it'll just winning this 1v1 against Shy. Maybe forced to back away since the other members are here, but the Dawning Shadow will just provide that safety. And now, they have the bonus. They have the Baron buff helping them in every single scenario here in this game. Kuzi almost getting caught there by Merly's Dragon's Rage. Fortunately, he was able to escape at the very least. But again, Invate Esports, 10,000 gold lead at 16 minute mark.
Yeah, that is very, very huge. I mean, we've seen a 10,000 gold lead yesterday. And I think it was the KT Roaster game. Game number 2 where they did have an insane lead against Cerberus Esports, but you know, it was insurmountable. But here it feels like Team Flash, they can actually come back, funnily enough, against Invade. They just need to find the right angle. Find the right angle to get in. They need to find the right Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and they can still win this. They could be losing until the time that they win, which is pretty weird to say, but you know, it is something that happens in the Wild Rift quite a lot.
It's so complicated this time around though. Team Flash in this composition, I think their angles are very, very difficult to actually go into. Maybe if Taddy lands those paddle stars into a big burst towards Bluffix, maybe they have a chance. They're resisting the forces here in the bottom lane. Cask!
Oh, great Cask! And he does go golden. That stasis will not be enough for Merly to survive though, but this may be another kill. The Justice, the heroes like coming in for Gallo, but they're already on the Nexus. Invade looking for a game number 3 here. They just want the Nexus. It's not going to stand for much longer, and we are going to be going to game number 3.
Game number 2. Invade Esports answer back massively in this game. Definitely a big performance